Hello everyone. Today we're gonna have a community insight session. So in this session, we'll try to explain uh, the way how the community education is going to work, and we want to also mention out some things that we have seen within the community. So we can wait a couple of minutes till the other join. Once we have like some amount of number, we can start the session. So let's wait them maybe 5 minutes. Then we can start at 5:05. right, so it has been 5 or 5, so we can start the session. First of all, let me just give you a quick introduction about myself. My name is Ramnas Bekar. I'm one of the head of community education at A2SV. So, in this session, the main theme is just to give you a better insight about the A2SV community education, the path that people have to take in order to be successful at this program. Uh, like we have seen some kind of issues and to address those this meeting as well. And of course, we have received some of your questions. We're going to be addressing those questions. And once we have finalized all these things, we'll have a Q&A session you can have where you can have the chance to ask us any kind of questions that you have in your mind. So, uh, in order to efficiently use our time, let's just start on this presentation, and then we can enter the Q&A session. So, the community education. Uh, as we have said previously, multiple times, the main aim of the community education of A2SV and the main aim of A2SV in general is empowering young software engineers for tech-driven change in Africa. So we believe that talent is everywhere, but opportunity is not. So uh, in order to make people empowered so that they can have the opportunities they want, uh, we try to develop such kind of education, which aim at empowering young software engineers. So we empower young software engineers, but it is still open for anyone because anyone who has the curiosity to become uh, successful in this kind of field, the education is open every forever. Like you might have, let's say, a great background in programming, or you're just new to the sector and you want to find out more about it. We still have something to offer for you. So, what's community education? It is the gateway for literacy education. Currently, we have more than 5,500 members for remote. The February publication is going to happen later on. So we have this kind of convergent phases where community students will get the chance to join the main literacy education. So that's one thing. The last one, education is going to be tailored to the experience level. As I mentioned earlier, uh, like within the community have different kind of people. Like there are people who know programming and have participated like in several kind of competitive programming. What does this mean? And also there are people who are just curious, but they don't have the right amount of experience in order to crack this field. So we have something to offer for everyone. That's why we have tried to tailor our education to your experience. And so, if you have seen maybe our intake form, um, it has some questions about your programming level and your uh, cognitive programming level. So, based on the responses that you have, that you add on there, we'll try to provide some uh, learning paths that would be useful for you. While it is like easy. Like it's not gonna be challenging much structure because of the experience. I think that for my partner with the chat was that always thirst for. So it's coming what's in the community education. Like, uh, so just to give you the highlight, first of all, after you fill out the interest form, what we do is we'll try to send you a learning pass, and that learning pass, as I said previously, is going to be tailored to your experience. So once you have completed those, I will get you to the steps of the registration. Once you have completed those, there are some steps that you have to take in order to get into the community education. And after that, uh, you'll be part of community education. So uh, let me tell you like what happens during the A2SV community education in A2SV community education. So we have weekly lectures. Uh, so we'll try to cover the fundamentals in data structures and algorithms in our weekly lectures. Uh, and starting from next week, we have daily sessions. So problems for you to play with and put your theories in practice. These daily sessions actually will be available in January for them like it's not gonna be limited to the community education. We'll try to have as well the works. So in these sessions, you'll get the chance to know your peers well and share your experiences with them. So this, and finally we have the weekly contest. We have the weekly contest. And in this weekly contest, generally there is a weekly contest for community, but for the general community. But once you are admitted to the community education, you'd have also kind of like a STEM contest that will be like specific to your experience level, and it will be focused on the topics that you have learned and the topics that we expect you to know. So we have these contests. So the class structure will have different divisions. Each have students with a similar skill set. So the tailored experience is not limited to the learning paths, but it will also be applied to our class structure. So people who share same skill set level will are going to be grouped in a similar class. So we'll have this kind of divisions based on the skill sets. So for those classes that are created with people coming from similar skill sets, we'll have a tailored lectures, tailored contests, tailored daily questions, and the works is going to be similar for everyone. So yeah, it's going to be tailored experience according to your skill sets. Uh, and see, the community education will have a similar experience to our education program, but like that one would be much more intensive. Last thing, like I said, there will be a division between uh, the members according to their skills. So we'll have a monthly division battle. So this will be your chance to get promoted to, let's say, an upper division and work your way up. Uh, Hypothetically, let's say a person that doesn't know programming starts to take its best route from the education. He or she fills out the learning, I mean, the entrance form and uh, receive their learning path up to completing that interest form. So once they complete that, they will go to the steps to get into the community education. And these kind of people will most probably start from the lower level of community education because since they are new to programming. So uh, once they improve their skills while being at the community education, they will get the chance to get promoted to upper division if they show us like the consistency and the necessary skill sets within the upper division. So if they have developed their skill sets, they will have the chance, which is on a monthly basis, to get promoted in the upper division and work their way up. So this monthly division battle is constant rotating in the community education. And we have a frequent conversion cycle. I think I've tried to mention this previously. Uh, so what happens to the people, they say, that are at the upper division? What's going on? Like people that are less in the lower division will get the chance to go to the upper division in a monthly manner. So what happened to the people in the upper division? So That's where the convergence cycles comes in. There will be a frequent convergence cycle where people that are currently in the community education will get the chance to be the part of the A2SV education, whether it is the in-person education or the remote education, according to your stats. So if you are currently students at the partner universities, you get the chance to be admitted to the in-person education. If not, uh, you will have the chance to join the remote education. So the main emphasis of this session, I think, is this part, how to join the community education. So the first step, as I mentioned previously as well, is going to be filling out the interest form. I think that form has been pasted in the chat box. You can access it there. You can access it through our Telegram and WhatsApp groups as well. So fill out those interest forms. I believe most of you here have already done that because we have tried to invite people that have already done that. But if there is a person that have not done this yet, I strongly encourage you to do this now. So fill out the interest form. And upon completing that form, you'll receive a learning pass upon the completion. So the next thing is completing the learning path. So I want to take a little bit more time here. Let me just open one sample learning pass. So you can see it, right? Yeah. So this is just one sample of learning pass. I believe you guys will receive some kind of a sheet that will be similar, mostly similar to this. So what you have to do is, first of all, this is the readme section. I believe it will give you the necessary information you need to navigate through this learning path. Uh, so go to each tabs that have been named according to the topics they contain. So try to complete. So here there is learning Python. Uh, there is a learning material with the video. Go there and try to watch it. And once you are done with it, you can update it as done. Or if you have started it but not you are not complete, I mean you haven't done it yet, you can label it as in progress. So uh, for every learning path that we send you, like there will be it will be registered to our system. So we track it. So we track your progress. We try to track your progress for learning path. So the main purpose of this learning path is to give you the right information that you need in order to tackle the contests uh, that are posted at community every Saturday. I'm gonna get to the contest later on, but try to complete this learning paths like this. Like once you are done with the learning material, you just have to update the status here because we have seen many people receiving this learning pass, but I don't think they are currently using it or updating it accordingly. Maybe they are using the learning pass already, but they are not updating it correctly. So uh, I just want to emphasize on this. So once you have completed the learning material that you have attached here, make sure that you have marked your status as done. If you are currently doing it, mark it as in progress. So in this way, we can track that you are following this learning path and you are doing the necessary thing that's required. So yeah, please do that. Like try to complete the learning pass. I believe it's really will help you to excel in the contests, in the upcoming contests. So that's about the learning pass. Let me get back to the slide. So, like I said, the next step after completing the intake for the interest form is completing the learning pass. And once you are done with it, you can take part in two consecutive community contests. So, in order to take part in these contests, you don't have to complete the learning test. Like you can participate in the contest anytime you want. Like it's not mandatory for you to complete the learning pass to participate in the contest, but it's gonna be difficult for you guys if you don't have like the right amount of skill sets to tackle this contest. So this contest is going to be hosted in Port Force, and the questions there are all of them are focused on data structure and algorithm topics. So that's why we encourage you to check out the learning passes and improve your skills so that you can perform well in the contest. So the, like I said, the next step is going to be taking part in two consecutive community contests. So you can take these contests any like in any time. By in any time, what I meant is maybe you can start to take this contest after, let's say, a month, or you can start to take it uh, the next Saturday. So this contest is, yeah, I think I forgot to mention, is are hosted every Saturday, starting from 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. It will depend on the number of questions, but it will most certainly be either 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. in East African time. And the link for this contest will be posted through our communication channel in WhatsApp and Telegram at least 2 hours before those contests. So uh, click on them. First of all, try to have a CodeForce account. Uh, and once you have that, click on those contests, register for the contests. The contests are going to be timed, so you're going to have somewhere around 2 hours to complete the questions, which are focused on the essay. So try to perform well in those contests, and you have to participate in two consecutive contests. So if you, let's say, if you take the contest this Saturday, you have to take the next contest that's going to be posted in the Saturday that's coming after this Saturday. So it has to be two consecutive contests. You have to participate in two consecutive contests to be eligible for the community education. So your performance in the contests will matter because like people just joining there and solving only one question uh, are not going to have the same level as those who they say solve four, three questions. So your performance definitely matters there. So that's why we strongly encourage you to check out the learning paths and learn some concepts that will help you in the contest. So upon completing this two consecutive contests, you have to fill out a waitlist form. I think you can find the waitlist form uh, in our Telegram channel, WhatsApp group as well, Telegram group and WhatsApp group. And I think my partner is going to paste it in the chat box now as well if you want to save it for later on. Once after you finished participating in two community contests, you need to fill out this waitlist form. So what I suggest is try to solve at least two questions in each of the contests so that you will automatically be accepted in the waitlist form. Otherwise, there will be some kind of decision to be made to whether to accept you to be Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. I think it's connected for a while, the network issue. So I'll try to uh, get back to what I have said. So yeah, up to what did you guys learn? Okay, so I think you guys have heard most of the parts. So let me just tell you, it could be repeated, but let me just reiterate on the filling out the way this work. So, like I said previously, your performance in the contest matters in order to be in the waitlist. So you fill out the waitlist form to be in the waitlist for the community education. So uh, if you have solved, let's say, two or more questions, the more the better. Clearly, like you will be automatically accepted into the wait list. But if you have solved, let's say, less than this amount of question, like there will be, we have to decide whether to accept you or not. And like it's not guaranteed that you will be in the wait list. So uh, once you like you have to participate in these two consecutive contests, but you have to participate in a way that you solve many questions as much as you can. Like just participating might not be enough. So these are the steps I believe you need to take in order to join the community education. So once you have filled out the waitlist form and you have been accepted to be in the waitlist, what we're gonna do is we'll try to wait to have people, enough amount of people in the waitlist for us in order to create a new class. And once we have enough amount of people in the waitlist, we'll create a new class for the community education, and we'll try to uh, add you in a group that's where you will be where you can communicate with each other. And we kind of start the community education after that. So, like being the wait list doesn't mean you have already been assigned a class in the community education, but once we have enough amount of students to create a new class, we're going to create a new class, and the community education can start. So, what are you waiting for? Join us in this amazing journey. Uh, so let's get into the Q&A session. Before like we start to accept new questions from the creditor, uh, there were questions that have been submitted through the form, and let me try to address those. I believe most of them are have been addressed here, but if there is something that have not addressed, let me check. Mhm. Sorry. Okay. One question is how to join the in-person education from the community education. So I think I have tried to discuss about this previously. What you have to do is after you join the community education and your way up of the divisions within the community education. Uh, when you are on the upper division, which is Div 1, you'll get the chance to join the in-person or the remote education based on your performance. So if a person wants to join, let's say, the in-person education from the community education, what he or she has to do is, first of all, try to work well in the community education and in the upper division. And once they are in the upper division, try to show the consistency and the skill sets needed to be in the in-person education. If you have shown us that while you are at the community education, that you'll get the chance to join the in-person education. Uh, The other question that we have received is, does rank matters, uh, rank on the contest matters to be a valid candidate in the waitlist? So your rank is not going to matter, but the number of questions that you have solved within that contest is definitely going to matter. So I think that answers your question. So I believe most of the questions that we have received through the form have been addressed in the presentation. I think we can take questions uh, from the audience. So you can write it in the chat box or you can raise your hand uh, so that we can hear your question. So, okay, Barakat Burhan has raised his hand. So, Barakat, if you can unmute yourself and ask your question. Barakat, can you hear us? Yes.
I think you muted me.
Okay, I think you are unmuted. We can hear you. So, you can continue.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for giving me the chance. The first question will be, what is the difference between the interest form and the waitlist form? You might be emphasize on that, but I may lost connections. I want to know what is the difference between the waitlist form and the interest form, and if they are not the same. I want you to answer me in related with this. If you want to join the interest form, we participate into the contest format. Uh, uh,
Mhm.
did you get me? I think.
Yeah, yeah. I think I've got the question. So, the interest form and the witness form are completely different things. Uh, the interest form is a form that you will fill out to show that you are interested in the community education. So it's not related to the witness form. So once you fill out that witness form, we'll try to provide you with the learning resources that you need based on the answers that you have provided in that interest form. So we'll try to send you out resources that will be useful for you so that you'll be capable of cracking the questions in the contest. So when we come to the waitlist form, once you have participated in 2 consecutive contests, you have to fill out the waitlist form in order to be admitted to the community education. So I believe that answer your
Ye-
question, right?
Yeah, that's answer my question, but I have one more questions. Uh,
Sure.
you have said or you have posted the updated message that says for I think compensate all the members. There would be invalidations of the contest participation before the January 27th. So I have you have sent me the after I joined the interest form, you have sent me the learning path, and I have stopped after seeing the update. So should I continue updating or teaching myself through the earlier learning path, or should I rejoin the interest form?
Like once you have received the learning pass, I don't think there is no need to stop from teaching yourself. I believe like could you repeat like the previous informations? Like, what was it?
Uh, it's been closed.
Like
The
the
community education.
invalidation part.
Yeah, the community education was held. It wasn't accessing, but after I think New Year, the foreign New Year, you have launched again, and I have conduct form, and you have sent me the community learning pass, personal learning pass, and I was attending or I was pushing myself on that. But after I think 1 or 2 weeks, you said there will be updates based on the. I think you have said the update on the waitlist form. I think that might misunderstand information.
Okay, can you hear me, guys?
Hello, would I continue?
First of all, let me address. Okay, so first of all, let me address market questions. I think the contest that was invalidated was before we have launched the updated version of the community registration. That's why, uh, like we say, the contest is starting from that day. Will only count. The previous contest doesn't count because we have not make public the new updated conversion, and we haven't started seeing our learning passes for the community students. That's why. Yeah, I definitely encourage you to continue on teaching yourself using the resource participates in the contests. And once you have done that, fill out the waitlist form, and we can assign you. We can admit you to the community education. So I think there are some questions that have been posted in the chat box previously before the hands were raised. So let me try to address those. So about the contest dates, the contests are conducted regularly. They will be posted on Saturday. Excuse me, on Saturday. Uh, I think this contest starts from 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. Uh, yeah, so that's all about the contest dates. About the contest dates. So about the conversion, there's a question: is the conversion held every 3 or 2 months? The normal conversion cycles are open on. I think I can join. Sorry, guys. So I was having some trouble with this PC, so I will continue with this one. Uh, yeah, about the conversions, they are they are held at November and February, but once you have joined the community education, you'll get the chance every 2 months to get into the main A2SV education. How many individuals will be selected every 2 months for the in-person or remote education? Uh, that will be dependent on the performance of the people in the upper division. Like if there are many people that are performing really well and they really deserve to be part of A2SV education, we're not gonna limit the numbers. And on the contrary, if there are no people that are performing as it is expected, we might not accept anyone as well. So the numbers are going to be variable. It's not going to be fixed. I'm intending to commence my community education from next month. This is because I'll have like, is that a problem? No, like you can start uh, your paths in the community education at any time you want. So the contests are going to be held every Saturday. So if you miss this one, you'll have the chance in the next one or the next one. So you can start at any time you want. Stefanos, could we fill the form even if we can not do all of the questions on the learning path or the code first questions? Yes. Like I said before, it's not mandatory to complete the learning paths to participate in the contests. They are just going to help you. But once you have participated in the contest and have solved, let's say, three or two or more, you can fill out the waitlist form. You don't have to solve all of the questions in the contest, but try to do. Good. So Samuel said, you said it depends on individual performance, so it could be difficult to pinpoint. Is that? I don't think that's a question. Faven says, so before filling out the waitlist, we have to complete the contests. Yes, like you have to not just complete one contest, but complete two consecutive contests before filling out the waitlist. And once you have participated in these two consecutive contests, you have to fill out the form in the week that you have participated in the contest. So let's get back to the people that have raised their hands. Uh, okay. So Wendy, you can unmute yourself and uh, ask a question. Can you hear us, Wendy?
Okay, hello.
Oh, yeah, we can hear you.
I have two questions. The first one is for Addis Ababa Science and Technology University when the interview results released. And the second one is the interview result released for only past students or for all who takes the interview.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that question?
Uh, January 27, I think we take the interview for in-person education.
Mhm.
In-person education. So we take the interview, but I personally I couldn't get the interview results.
Oh, I see. So you are from ASTU?
Yeah, Addis Ababa and Science and Technology University.
Yeah, yeah. So if you are speaking about the February conversion, the
Yes.
results are not finalized yet, especially for uh, Addis Ababa ASTU. So they're going to be finalized uh, at the starting of next week, and there will be
Okay.
those will be announced in the next week.
Okay. So the result released for all students who takes the interview.
Yes, we are going to announce if you have been accepted or not. We're gonna notify you about uh, the decision.
Okay. Thank you.
Good.
That's
Uh,
all of.
okay. Next question. I think it's Roger. Roger, you can unmute yourself.
Hi. Um, so yeah, I just have a question on the timeline of going from being in the community education to getting into the remote education, specifically the G5 group. So can you just give me an idea of how long it will take for me
Nice.
to the way I understand it is you start in the community education and then you get promoted to an upper level. And then
Mm-hmm.
from there, if you perform well, then you get promoted to either remote education or the in-person education. So how long does it usually take, or how long can we expect it to take for us to take part in those various parts to get to the end result?
Nice. So it's highly dependent on your performance in the community contests. If you perform really well, like without cheating, we'll try to check if a person have cheated or not. If you perform really well in the contests without cheating, you may start the community education from the upper level. Like it's not a mandatory thing for everyone to start from the lower level of the community division. But let's say you have performed in just enough to get into the community education, and you start from division 3. So for you to get from division 3 we have 3 divisions within the committee. The upper level is the division 1. So for you to get from division 3 to division 1, if you perform well, it's just going to take you 1 month, because we have these division battles every month. So that's going to take you 1 month to get from division 3 to division 2, and an additional one from division 2 to division 1. So once you are at division 1, there will be a conversion every 2 months. So that would be the timeline that you have to follow, or you need to follow, in order to get into A2SV's main education. Does that answer your question, Roger?
Yeah, it answers my question. I just have a follow-up question based
Sure.
on that. So going from Division 3 to Division 1, what is your performance based on? Like
So yeah,
what do you need to do
I
well
see.
in order to get promoted?
Yeah, so there are 3 factors that we are going to consider for you to get promoted. First one is your attendance in the session that we organize. Like I have mentioned, we have weekly lectures and other sessions. So participating actively there is going to matter. The second thing is the number of questions you are going to solve in the coding platforms like LeetCode or and CodeForce or other platforms as well. The third and the most important thing is, like I said previously, within the divisions there are also weekly contests, just like a chance for you to apply the topics that you have learned in the week uh, by like solving questions in the contest. So your performance in those contests are going to matter a lot. So if you have a good uh, performance in the 3 areas that I've just mentioned, you are likely to get promoted.
Okay, thanks.
All
Thank
right,
you.
thank you, Roger. Let's go to Srafil. Srafil, you can unmute yourself.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I want to ask you about, like, before I have participated into consecutive contests, and I have received an email that just I have joined the community waitlist, but I didn't assign to any division now. Like
I
when the division starts.
When was the email that you have received about your status in the waitlist?
Uh, I'm not sure, but like it's around February 1. maybe the last year of January. I mean last date of the January.
So, like, did you fill out the wait list after the announcement that we have made about the previous contests not being counted?
Yeah, sure. Like I participated one contest. Then after that, like there wasn't no contest after the first I participated on. Then like there was a Q&A session from the A2SV. So like after that, I participated the second one. Then I get email.
Yeah, I think I got your position. So, in the previous two contests that we have held, there weren't enough people that have performed well to be in the wait list. So, you are one of the people that have made it to the wait list. So, once we have enough amount of students to create a new class, we're going to notify you and you can start your community education. So the reason is we don't currently have enough amount of students in the waitlist to create a new class. That's why.
All right, thank you. And the other one is like I have I received the spreadsheet, so like I have to begin my just studies from the sorting, and it goes on. So like
yeah, like I strongly suggest you like to use the resource that we have sent you because it's gonna help you a lot in the contests and also in the community education.
All right. So what if like in the previous A2SV programs, there was a spreadsheet that a lot of questions are there and you can solve them. But now like we can't access that resource so far about solving this problem as we are learning this material.
Yeah, so there are questions in the learning paths that we have sent you. So you can use those questions as a replacement for the question that you have just mentioned, I believe.
All right, thank you.
All right. Thank you as well, Rafet. Are we done with the questions in the chat box as well? Okay, there are other people that have raised their hands. So, Ermias, let me give the chance for Ermias because Roger, you had your chance previously, and after that, I'm going to get back to you. So, Ermias, continue.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My question is for a person in the A2SV Community Education Program, is there any way to get into internship programs provided by the A2SV, or how much time would it take to get into those internship programs? Thank you.
I see. Most of the internship programs provided by A2SV are limited for A2SV students. But if there is a special case that you want to inquire, I think you can contact us personally, and maybe we can see if there is anything we can do about it.
When can I ask? After
You can write us an email. I think we have the A2SV community official email. You can write there.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. So, Roger, let me get back to you. You have raised your hand previously.
No, I forgot to lower my hand.
Oh, that was the problem. Okay. In that case, Adnan.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello. Okay, my question is, are there any affirmative action policies or quotas taken into account while selecting individuals for either in-person or remote education from community education?
So, in the community education, like in order for you to be promoted to, if I get your question correctly, you're asking about from community education, Div 1 to the in-person or remote education. Am I correct? Adnan, can you hear us?
Are there any affirmative actions or quotas
Yeah,
yes, I
yeah.
can hear you.
From community education Div 1 to the in-person and remote education, right?
Yes, is there any affirmative actions or quotas
Yeah, so it will
taken into
solely
consideration?
be dependent on your performance. So the selection is not gonna be accounting on that because we have a very small limited spaces. So it's going to be a competitive environment. So yeah,
There is no affirmative action. No.
currently not.
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
No, I said like there is no affirmative actions currently.
Yes, yes, back up.
Okay, so moving on to other questions, maybe. Yeah, so is there any question that maybe have been pasted in the chat box, but I have not addressed it? You guys can ask your question again, maybe, so that we can see it. If not, we can conclude this session. Okay, there is one. Did the learning path changed? I mean, what I have here and the paths you shown are, okay. Yeah, so like I said previously, learning paths are going to be dependent on uh, the responses that you have given us in the interest form. So if you are, let's say, new to programming, doesn't have any knowledge about programming, we're going to send you a different learning path. Let's say if you are good at programming but don't know about competitive programming, we're going to send you again a different path. And if you are good at programming and also have some experience at competitive programming, we're going to send you another different learning path. That's why maybe the learning path that you have seen is different. Stefanos, when was that email sent to you? If it was before the committee, the November conversion, the reason is we have halted the community education after the November conversion, and we want to start it again as a new, starting from February. That's why.
It was at December 15.
Yeah. So, like I said. After we have introduced the updated version of the community, we want everyone that have been in the waitlist, that have been accepted in the waitlist to participate in this consecutive contests and fill out the waitlist again in order to be assigned in a class. So I think you should participate in the contests. And once you have filled out the waitlist form, we're going to assign you a new class. So the reason is between these conversion cycles, there was gaps that we have not addressed. That's why we want to restart things again. Luckily, Taptam, I have not received the learning pass even though I filled out the interest form. Maybe you have filled out an invalid email address. That's why. The only reason for you not to receive a learning pass is if and only if you have filled out an invalid email address. Yeah, Nathaniel, as Naga said, can a person join the in-person education after completed the community education? Yes. We have a conversion every 2 months from the upper division of community education to A2SV's main education. So, yes. Like community education is to answer this question, community education is solely focused on providing this education about data structure and algorithms. Internships and other stuffs are not like the main responsibilities and also purpose of community education. So like I said previously, if it is a special case, you can communicate us, but like your performance in the community education is not gonna affect about these internships. So I believe that will answer both chemists and the abstracts question. Yeah, Maklit, you should fill out the form again with a valid email address. So the only reason you have not received the learning pass is because you have provided an invalid email address. So you should fill out the form again with a valid email address. All right, thank you, Maklit. Yeah, so I believe that's all the questions. So we're going to have this kind of sessions based on your requests. I believe we'll try to have these Q&A sessions every 3 weeks or a month. So if you guys want for us to organize this kind of sessions, please request that thing so that we can organize that. Okay, one last question. How it takes to complete? What does that mean? How it takes to complete? I don't understand that. Okay, let me go to Brooks' question. Is there any suggestion for self-taught students to perform well? Yes. Like I said previously, we have already provided Brooks, to address Brooks' questions. Yes, there are some suggestions. The first thing is to use the resources that we have sent you previously. The second thing is try to do as many questions as you can on lead code or code forces. It really is going to really sharpen your skills and help you to discover new topics, even some topics that have not been mentioned in the resources that we have sent you. That's going to help you in general in your programming sector. So try to do many questions as you can. Don't just see the solution before you have tried the question. Try first of all to solve the question by yourself and like try repeatedly, like just trying for a small amount of time and just going to look for the solution is not going to help you. So try as much as you can to solve the question by yourself. If you cannot, then you can try to see some solutions and learn new techniques from there. That would be my suggestion. Yes, so is it these questions after completing the beginner's learning pass, will you give us the intermediate and other learning pass? Yes. If you have read the README file, there is a section that says what to do after I finish the learning pass. So we have already attached the form there. So once you have finished either the beginner or the intermediate learning pass, you fill out that form and we're going to send you the next steps. So Milkesa's question, did I gain programming? No, do I gain programming experience through in-person education as a beginner, or was it a prerequisite to have an advanced skills in programming? To get into A2SV main education, since the environment is highly competitive, having these skills is going to help you because there are many people that have great programming skills, so you are going to compete with them. So having a great programming experience is going to definitely help you to make the path easier. So yeah, I believe these are the questions to conclude this session. Like I said, if you want us to organize this kind of sessions, all you have to do is request, and we can organize this kind of Q&A sessions every 3 weeks or a month. And like I said, all you have to do is just request for us to organize this kind of session. So I want to thank all of you who have taken your time to participate in this session, and I really hope you have found this session insightful and most of your questions have been answered. If there are other questions that have not been answered, you still can contact us through our Telegram, WhatsApp, or email, and we can definitely address to your questions there, and we will be happy to do that as well. So, yeah, thank you everyone for joining in to this session. Yeah, that would be all. Thank you very much. Goodbye.